Right, big weekend. I guess of sport. We had the NRL Grand Final. We'll touch on the MLB. We've got our stat leaders coming up. Also talk about postseason baseball. Um, Plenty on NFL. Had the Toy Story game, which we'll touch on briefly and give some NFL scores. Bit of cricket coming up in the women's 2020. Also Bathurst, I believe that could be. Is that next weekend or the weekend
Yep.
after?
No, this weekend coming.
Yeah. So massive weekend gone and coming up in sport. So we'll flog into our tidbits now. I think, Dave, you're up first, mate.
Yeah, so this was a funny one I come across the other day. So most strikeouts by a Major League father-son duo, 4,674 to the Clemens family. So when you think about it, dad, 4,672, the son, 2. But
Yeah,
they
beauty.
all count.
Absolutely. He's lucky he's got his two.
Well, one was showy, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. Didn't he get him to
So,
sign the got him to sign the ball and all sorts. So
yeah. So when I saw that
yeah.
as a big Clemens fan, I thought, oh, I've got to use that.
Yeah. Hey, did you see? I posted on. I think it might have been Sports Rewind Instagram on Clemens and what was
Seabass.
it? Yeah, what was the movie? Oh, Dumb and Dumber. He was supposed
Dumb
to
and
be on
Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yes.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah, because he
I
was in
didn't.
Kingpin as well.
Yeah, I didn't know he was
So,
supposed to be in Dumb and Dumber. That was the first I heard. So it's pretty cool.
and with Miggy retiring, he now becomes one of 3 hitters to ever have a 300 lifetime batting average, plus 500 home runs, plus 3,000 hits. So he joins Hank Aaron and Willie Mays. So that's some rather elite company there.
Yeah,
To three in the history of baseball to put up those numbers shows how
pretty
good he
cool.
shows how good he is or was. So
Yeah,
it was nice watching the final weekend for Miggy and everything the Tigers did, and even celebrating Francona's final games as well. So
yeah,
well
yeah. That
deserved.
was. Did you see Miggy get the send off and how that sort of game played out? Was his old boy through the opening pitch?
Both parents threw opening pitch.
Yeah,
He went out and fielded, and first hitter, of course, hits a screaming line drive at him. He took it at first, and then his kids um, were on the PA system and announced him for his final at bat.
yeah, pretty cool.
But what
Pretty
was
cool.
cool was how he signed because he didn't have a first base mitt, so
Yeah,
he used Torkelson's mitt, and after it, he signed it for him. Wrote 2012 Triple Crown,
yeah,
3,000 hits, and all that. So nice
12
souvenir.
time 12-time
All
All-Star,
Star, yeah.
3-time batting champ. Yeah, that was awesome, wasn't it?
So that's a great souvenir for Tork to keep.
absolutely, absolutely. Who's this in the comments?
I don't
Avocado
know.
3. Go the mighty Orioles. Dudley Rushman killing it at baseball, unlike Randall. Never heard of her.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
Still don't know who the infamous Avocado 3 is, but
I've got a little hunch.
anyway.
I've got a little
Yeah.
hunch.
Yeah, right.
And anyway, all right, we'll move on with the tidbits. Number 3, Tiger Woods was on the bag for his son Charlie, and he shot 66 to win again. Unbelievable. Wow. Randall, you'd have 66 on the front 9 at Toronto.
Front 9? I reckon after the first 3.
Pretty impressive. I don't know what the tournament was that he won, but he's going to be a bit of a machine, isn't he?
Shooting 66 doesn't matter about the tournament. Like, imagine being his age and the markers, fair course, shooting 66. Yeah, thank you.
Pretty handy.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive indeed. Next one for those Oriole fans, passing of Brooks Robinson during the week. Brooks Robinson holds a record for most games in which he drove in the only run in a 1-0 victory. So he had 10 of those. On the day of his passing, the Orioles beat the Nationals 1-0. That was for number 5. Obviously, we'll talk about Brooks Robinson a little bit later on, but that was a pretty cool one for the Orioles fans. Send him off on that 1-0 victory.
I see Ninja's still awake. I thought he might be asleep. Too many scotches last night.
Too many scotches. You also reckoned you'd have 66 on the front nine at Old Sugar Valley.
Yeah, easily. Actually, do you know what? Probably shoot 66 on the front 6 at Sugar Valley, and all 6 of them are par 3.
There you go. Ninja, Randall reckons you had 66 scotches last night.
No.
But anyway.
We couldn't, mate. Not the way Heidi was pouring them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Bit heavy?
Oh, I just fill it to the brim. Neat. Thanks for coming.
Add the ice in later.
No ice. The Dodgers are the first team in MLB history with 4 consecutive non-shortened seasons with 100+ wins. Pretty bloody good. As much as I hate the Dodgers, that's pretty good. 100+ wins, 4 straight years.
How many titles they got though?
Yeah, well, that's it. It comes down to that, but
They're the 90s Braves, really, aren't they?
They are, mate. Yeah, they are. They're super consistent all throughout the year, and then they shit the bed come finals or come the playoffs.
Yeah, let's see if they get there this year. It's obviously a pretty hard bracket for them to get there, but yeah, postseason baseball, anyone can win from here once you're in there.
That's exactly right. Look at the Phillies last year. You know, they come in and caught fire, didn't they? Went all the way to the big dance. So you never know what could happen. Yeah, this one caught my eye. Probably you guys too. Luis Ariz, first player to win consecutive batting titles in both leagues. So last year, in the AL, 316 batting award, and then 2023 in the National League, he's at 354. Pretty bloody handy, isn't it?
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
It's not even like he's played in that same league or same division. So you've seen a lot of pitches over and over and over. I think that's pretty bloody good.
Just sees that ball so well.
Says a lot about the hitting, though, doesn't it? Like you look, 2022, he won the batting title with 316.
Yeah,
pretty low, isn't it?
That's low. Like you think 354, yep, can live with that. You think, well, that's where batting titles should be. But 316, that's what people should be striving
especially in the
for.
American League. In the AL, where you had like Judge, what did he hit 62 home runs or whatever. Like, there were blokes who were hitting the ball pretty well, and 314 wins the batting average. Like that's pretty disappointing, I think.
Yeah.
But this year, obviously, that's turned around. I'm not sure. We'll have a look at it later, I guess. What the batting average award was in the American League, but for this year, but I'm sure it's much higher than that. So I don't know if it's to do with the shift or whatever.
No, I think it was 330 or 332 or something like that. Diaz, I think.
Yandy Diaz or something.
330. 330, and then Corey Seager was 327. So there was a couple close.
Still better than 316.
Yeah.
Well, that rounds out our tidbits for this week, fellas. We're going to jump into the NRL while we're still fresh.